When it comes to competitive or any high intensity match, you're going to want to use anything and everything to your advantage. Initially guys, I was going to make this video into a 3-part series detailing each exotic for each class, Warlock, Hunter, and Titan, but I'm not here to waste your time with 3 videos when I can explain everything in one video. But keep in mind, I will be breaking down my engagement process and how I approach engagements in later videos, so if you're not subscribed, do that now, it's free. But today's video guys, we're going to be focusing on utilizing mobility to your advantage, and not this mobility stat that's located on your armor, but the character's engagement and disengagement mobility skills, and how to get the most out of your exotic armor. You know, when it comes to gunfights, I always suggest you slide into your engagements, which allow you to ultimately begin the engagement. You know, you always want to have the upper hand. When you slide into an engagement, you're the one beginning the duel. If you have a sniper that's hard scoping the lane, you know he's there, maybe you emoted around the wall, or you just know this guy's been taking the lane every time, you slide out, that sniper now has to readjust their aim to shoot you, as opposed to where you slide out, you can ultimately pinpoint them first. Or just maybe you have an enemy who took a lane early, you know he's standing there, you slide out, you begin the engagement. Why? Because you'll be putting the first shot into them, allowing you to ultimately get the win if you can continue to land your shots. When you slide out of your engagements, you disengage. The engagement is lost. You know, you're taking a few shots, you got the first shot, but maybe they have the last word and they just lit you up. You always want to slide out of the engagement. By doing so, guys, when you slide out of the engagement, how does this work? When you start sliding out, you keep your body low to the ground. Think about it. If I'm dueling someone right now and I turn away and start running, my hitbox is still ginormous. I still have my legs exposed, my body exposed, and my head exposed. But if you start sliding away from the engagement, that right there will allow you to lower your hitbox all the way down to the ground, only exposing a tad bit of yourself, which, again, if you have some of these exotic armor pieces, utilize them because they will increase sprint speed. Increasing sprint speed, guys, will increase your slide distance. That's one thing you will hear a lot, I will say a lot in this video, is increase sprint speed. The faster you are running in Destiny, the further you are going to slide. Which is why I always utilize Bottom Tree Arc Strider, because Bottom Tree Arc Strider will always allow me to increase my sprint speed, which ultimately in turn will increase my slide distance. So getting into it, guys, I've been doing this since D1, sliding. Always sliding. If you guys haven't seen my live commentaries, shameless plug, go check them out. They're going to be in the description. I am sliding 85% of the time. You can see it in my comp live commentaries. And you can easily do this, guys, with mouse and keyboard and controller. This isn't anything new. Those on controller without buttons in the back, because I have buttons in the back allowing me to hit my crouch button. For those on controller who don't have buttons, you may want to consider switching to something as like jumper. Jumper will allow you to do stuff like this. Now, when you see red on your radar, you know someone's there. Man, they're already hard scoping with their ace of spades or their pulse rifle. How do I engage this? You slide out. As soon as you slide out, you reacquire your target, because you kind of guess where he's at, aim head level and everything like that. I mentioned that in sniper videos. Maybe you slide out with a sniper, reacquire your target, and fire. Now, what exotics am I going to recommend? Because this video is 100% focused on what exotics to utilize. So getting into the hunter class, guys, we're going to be looking at 3 exotics I'm going to recommend, which is number 1, the Stompies. A great choice. Not only do they improve your jump, but they increase your sprint speed and slide distance. The next one is going to be my personal favorite, the Dragon Shadow, which allows you to reload all weapons. So you don't have to go marksman dodge. You can actually go the long dodge, which allows you to survive most engagements, if any, you know, dodging the long dodge, missing a couple shots when they fire at you. But ultimately, guys, when you do the Dragon Shadow dodge, it grants a movement and weapon handling speed increase. Now, what I normally pair the Dragon Shadow is with 5 mobility mods, 5 Paragon mods. By doing so, I have a shade for almost every engagement, especially if you're running Bottom Tree Arc Strider. But this also ultimately works for any class. Maybe you want to shade and go invis, and you want to do the long dodge. Dragon Shadow will allow you to do that. The next hunter exotic we're looking at, guys, are going to be the Frosties. Now, if you're looking at something that will grant increased grenade, melee, and dodge ability, regeneration, the Frosties do that. But keep in mind, the main perk that I like on the Frosties are going to be while sprinting, while dodging, you have an increased sprint speed. Again, I mentioned this earlier in the video, the faster you are going in Destiny, the further you will be able to slide. which will allow you to slide into engagements. Again, when you need to disengage, it will allow you to disengage. Moving on over to the Warlocks, I feel like Bungie didn't give them a lot of love to you guys. Not too many exotics I'm going to recommend. Pretty much not going to recommend, only going to recommend 2 exotics. And one is going to be great. The other, it's so-so. So number 1, guys, we're going to be looking at the transversal steps. Transversal steps. Sprint speed increase. Sprinting reloads your weapons. Now, this is great for Warlocks. You want to use Burst Glide. I believe it's Burst Glide. The third one on the right, Burst Glide. That's the one I always use, guys. That right there, pairing with the bunny hop, you're going to be flying down the map. But again, when you slide out of cover, fire. Oh crap, I'm dying. Whip a 180, slide back into cover. Transversal steps will allow you to sprint further. Slide further. Lastly, guys, for the runner-up for the Warlocks, this is not my personal favorite, but instead of sliding into your engagements, you're going to want to use the Astro Sight Burst, which will give you a bonus to your blink. While blinking, you'll have a further blink and ultimately keep your radar active. Now the blink, what you want to do, instead of sliding, you want to be able to blink forward. Don't blink up. You blink up, guys, you are a sitting duck up there and they will pick you off easily. You want to blink forward. By doing so, you'll be able to get in enemy spaces. If it looks like, oh crap, there's 4 people here, I blinked too far, whip a 180, blink forward again behind a wall, and you're safe. Pop a healing rift. But again, guys, moving on over, the downfall of the Astro Sight Burst is you're gonna have to run a Void class, Nova Warp, top tree, bottom tree, Void Bomb. Doesn't matter. You're gonna have to run Blink with that. Transversal steps, you can run it on any class. Lastly, guys, we're getting into Titans. Titans. I'm gonna be recommending 3 exotics here, and with these 3 exotics, I know currently the One-Eyed Mask is still very powerful. Use the One-Eyed Mask. It's powerful. Use it. Don't be a detriment to your team by not using it. But if you feel like, you know, Brave, I'm going in a quick play and I'm preparing if they ever nerf the One-Eyed Mask, these are 3 exotics you want to try. Use them. Become proficient with them. I personally enjoy using these over the One-Eyed Mask. I like to be quick. Whenever I run the Warlock and Titan classes, I always want to feel like a hunter. And some of these exotics I'm mentioning in this video allow me to act as if I'm a hunter on different classes. So number 1, guys, is going to be the Dune Marchers. Now these are like what I consider the Stompies of the Titan class. These right here will increase sprint speed. By increasing your sprint speed, you will always have an increased slide distance, which will allow you to engage and disengage. A lot of Titans think that when they hear the phrase mobility boost, they think of their top speed. Now, today we're talking about top speed along with extended slide distance. Moving on over to the next one, guys, is the Lion Rampart. Not my personal favorite, but I'm going to throw it into the bunch because if I throw the Astro Sight Burst, I got to throw the Lion Ramparts in there. So Lion Ramparts, guys, this is a great option to use, especially with shoulder charge. You'll be up in the air a lot, you know, with increased aerial control. And again, your weapons do have more, you know, accuracy in the air. If not, run a Icarus mod. I do recommend if you're going to run the Astro Sight Burst with the Warlocks, run an Icarus mod because if your feet are not on the ground, you always want to have an Icarus mod. Lastly, guys, my personal favorite of the Titan class is going to be the Antaeus Wards, a great exotic. You're not going to get a lot of benefit from reflecting stuff, but when it happens, it's freaking awesome, guys. I reflected a Lord of Wolves into somebody's face once. Best thing ever. But again, these right here, guys, in the flavor text, it says there, improved slide. Improved slide. And you will notice once you have these bad boys, slide. Go into a private match and just slide over and over. Slide, ADS. Slide, ADS. And you'll notice without these, you're gonna want to put these back on if you don't have them on. So hopefully you guys found an exotic that you're probably not using. Maybe an exotic you want to try. Maybe you're afraid to go to Warlock or Titan because, you know, I'm a hunter and I like to be quick and slide. These are exotics you want to give a shot. Maybe you are a Titan and, you know, I'm going to go to switch to Hunter Brave because there's a lot of people utilizing Hunter. Then you go try the 3 exotics I mentioned. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for my other videos, especially for the ones I'm going to be breaking down in comp, my decision making, how I approach engagements, and how I disengage properly. So other than that, guys, don't forget to drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video.
Victory! I like you, God. You don't try to...
Hey, did you enjoy the video? Click right there for a random video. Click right there for my latest video. Stay up to date with BRAVExHERO. If you haven't followed me on Twitch, I recommend it. Go do it right now. Twitch.tv/BRAVExHERO. New to the channel, subscribe button right there. Click it. Do it now. I'll see you guys in the next video.